Well, I got my very first crossbow kill. I reviewed the footage. I almost messed up and shot it off camera, but I knew I had set that camera. I had set the main camera to cover that whole gap because that's where most of the deer come in. They'll come in, most of the does come in right there. I think there was like 5 of them come in there. But I reviewed the footage. It looked like I absolutely smoked that doe. Okay, Jacob Schmitt with deerhuntingschool.com. It's opening day of bow season here in Arkansas. It's September the 28th. I came in here this morning and hunted. Didn't see anything. I'm hunting a pond, a small pond, inside of about a 200 or 300 acre thicket. Just solid thicket. It's just grown up and stuff. But I'm hunting that. Didn't see anything this morning. I hung a trail camera so I can show you guys some trail camera pictures here in the next week or two. I'm going to go back in there and hunt it again this evening. Didn't see anything this morning, so I feel like my chances of seeing something this evening is a lot better. It's hot. It's about 90 degrees right now, so the deer are going to have water. It's dry. We really haven't had much rain in the past month. So it's just a typical early season type hunt where if you're in an area where there's super limited amount of water, and you have a good water source with good habitat around it, okay? Really good habitat, really good cover, food and everything all within a small area. Them type areas are good to hunt. So I really think this evening's going to be really good. I'm going to be self-filming. I'm going to be hunting with a crossbow because about a week ago I cut my hand really bad with a chainsaw, so I can't pull my compound back, so I'm going to hunt with a crossbow. Hopefully we can kill a deer with it. I've never killed a deer with a crossbow, but this weekend may be the first time I ever do it. We'll see. If I get a good shot at a doe, I'm going to take a doe. What I'm doing right now, it's September the 29th. It is the second day of bow season. I actually didn't go hunting this morning, and it's ridiculous the heat is. It's about 90 degrees actual temperature. What I'm doing this right now, it's middle of the day. I'm going to go do a little bit of scouting. I'm just looking for buck sign. In early season, the deer don't move a whole lot. They'll stay in a relatively small area. Anyways, I'm going to get out here and do some scouting a little bit. I'm just basically just quickly checking a few areas that I know until I can find some buck sign. Okay, what we're looking at here, we're actually in the road. This is an area I hunted last year, beginning of the season. If you follow along with me, especially if you're a master's member and you watch the class I made on it, this is the road I'm walking down the road. I just wanted to show you guys. I actually went ahead and scouted this a little bit earlier in the year. A few days ago, just kind of quickly. But what's going on is there's no fresh buck sign, and I just want to show you guys that here. But I want to show you there is a lot of deer moving through here. There's still a lot of deer. If you see them fresh tracks. You see here, there's still a lot of deer. They crossed the road right through here. A lot, as you can see. You see here, there's just a lot of tracks, but there's no fresh buck sign. Does it mean that there's no bucks here? No, there's bucks here somewhere. That's obvious. To me, it means like that right in this area, there's no big mature buck, any consistency anyways. I have a trail camera with me here. I don't know what happened to the lock. I actually thought I brought the lock, but I'm going to hang it anyways. I'm going to hang it back here where I thought I seen possibly a scrape opening up. But I'll show you guys these pictures of the rubs from last year and stuff, and I don't see any fresh sign. So a buck sign, that is, other than maybe one scrape is starting to get opened up. And if it is, I want to check it again. It's been 3 days now. I want to check it again, and if it is, I'll act accordingly. But if you look here, That right there was last year's rub. I mean, yeah, right off the road, this close to the road. That tree there was last year's rub. And this was all up and down the road like this for about a 50, 60 yard section. There's last year's rub right here. That's last year's rub. But I checked this pretty thoroughly the other day, and there's no fresh sign. So it just tells me that there was one big buck in here, and I feel like that it takes a bigger buck to open these rubs up early. That's how I feel, because the reason is every time I've hunted them, I've always had encounter with big bucks, 3.5 year and older bucks, every single time. The only buck sign that I did see, and this is just possible, this possibly right here, looks like a scrape opening it up, possibly. It's got a licking branch and stuff. It doesn't look like it's been worked very good, so that was possibly, that's the only thing. That is just, to me, is not enough. And there's the limb right, the limb right here that would be the licking branch. I'm not sure. To me, that's not enough to bank on spending 2 or 3 of my weekends, my next weekends hunting this area for that right there. And there was rubs last year littered up through here. There's just no fresh rubs here this year. And this tree here, right here, was one. This tree here was one of the rubs, fresh rubs from last year. And there was a big scrape last year right up here. I'm going to check it. But I'm just going to stick this trail camera here. Hopefully that nobody steals it, but I mean, just to see, you never know. So it can maybe soak for a week just to see if I can't get a picture of that big buck. Maybe he's in here and he's just not rubbing for whatever reason. I don't know. So while I'm here, I might as well throw the camera up. Hopefully nobody steals it. So anyways, guys, I'm going to stick it pointing right here where this possible scrape is. So hopefully it'll be all right. Nobody steals it. So, okay, I'm here at the little area that I want to walk back here in here and check out. It goes down to a creek back here. There's a pond back in here. I'm going to try to check both of them just real quick. Just see if there's any sign, but there's a creek back there and it's got some white oaks and stuff scattered. And I know that about a mile, 2 miles down here, there's a creek that has a white oak dropping on it, right on the edge of the road. So if there's white oaks back here dropping, there may be some buck sign. That's what I'm looking for. I'm going to hunt this evening. I'm going to hunt a pond back over here. I got my trail camera mounted on, or my trail camera. Yeah, I do have a trail camera on there, a spy point on there. I just put it out yesterday, but my camera arm is up in the tree. So I'm basically kind of forced to hunt it, but it's a good spot. I mean, it's a pond. It's freaking almost 90 degrees. Actual temperature is like 87. The heat index is 92, 93, something like that. So it's freaking hot. It's dry. So pond's a good bet. But anyways, I'm gonna walk back here, see if we find anything. If so, I'll show you guys something and see what we find. Like I said, I'm looking for active buck sign, fresh buck sign to tell me, hey, that we're here. That's what it's going to tell me. And when I find that, I'll dump all my cards into that. I can guarantee it, because that's how I have in the past had encounters with bucks in the early season, and how I've killed bucks early season. And this is really how I do it. It's continuous search, just continuous to hunt them. And when I find it, then I jump on it and I go with it. Here we go again. Just it's an old rub from last year. That right there, that's what we're looking for. You can see where it was rubbed last year, and it's been lightly bumped this year. That's what we're looking for. That's it. I mean, that's really it. And that may be all the sign that we get to say, hey, you need to hunt this. I mean, I got a shot at a buck. One time I missed him because my sights was broke. I missed him on the second Saturday of bow season in the morning by a single rub like that right there. Was a fresh rub. It was all I really had that I seen walking out of the woods opening day of bow season. I shot at a really nice buck doing that, so that's all it can take. That right there, that's got me excited. I mean, obviously I'd like to find a lot more sign to say, hey, he's using this a lot, but that's all it takes. There, he's in here. There's a buck in here. Don't know what he is, don't know what he looks like. For some reason he's not rubbing a whole bunch. I just crossed the road. I walked down the road a little bit on the edge of the road up inside the woods, about 20 yards. What I'm doing, looking at that rub, makes me think that buck is coming out of this clear cut. He may be bedding in or something. I'm not sure, but I'll show y'all. Okay, here's this clear cut. This stuff's about 8 foot tall or 7 foot tall or whatever. It's huge. It's about 200 acres. The rub is right up here on the other side of the road in this taller, probably 10, 15-year-old pines over here. Maybe 50, probably 15. The rub's right over there about 40, 50 yards off the road. Okay. So what I've done is I come here and I cross this road and I'm gonna walk down the edge of this clear cut just for a few minutes and see if I can't see any rubs on this edge, because I've found in the past that when you find a rub like that, you're in the area, but I may be missing the bulk of the sign. Last year keyed me off this clear cut on the exact other end of it. I walked about 30 yards back in the clear cut and I seen about 10 rubs. And that's what keyed me in on these bucks, and I had multiple encounters with a really nice buck. I'm not seeing anything yet. But that's basically how you do it. I mean, if you want to kill deer, bucks, early season, they get in small areas and they hold up in bachelor groups, and if you're not in one of them areas, it's hard to see them. I mean, it's almost impossible. You know, you'll see, does after does after does, but if there's no bucks there, they're just not there. And to me, the easiest way is, unless you have trail camera information, is to find buck sign, scrapes, active scrapes, fresh rubs. I think I absolutely smoked her. I reviewed the video, and the shot looked really good. I couldn't see it in the scope at all. That freaking crossbow is so fast. I mean, it's like pulling up and the arrow's already there, but I reviewed it and it looked like it hit her perfect. We'll see when we find her, but I don't think we're going to have a problem with it. I don't think she even went very far, so we'll see. Maybe a big buck will come now.